So today we're gonna do January favorites, and yes, that's right, I'm in my bathrobe because it is cold. Even with the heat on in our house, it's cold, especially near the windows, and because it's not a well insulated house, and so I like wearing my bathrobe. And it's also nighttime, so that's right, full face of makeup but a bathrobe. So remember to share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also hit that bell if you want notifications. You can also find me on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and all those places. There's information like that down below in the description box. And there's also a link to my latest giveaway down in the description box. So now, let's get to it. So first off, for January, I had this L'Oreal sugar scrub. It's a pure sugar scrub exfoliant. It has kiwi seeds in it. I think that's what it is. I don't know. It looks like kiwi seeds to me. And it smells like kiwi. So I use like a scrub exfoliant in a while because a lot of them are really harsh, and this one is not harsh. At least it isn't to me. It's not like super like, you know, like apricot really harsh on me, whereas this is not. So there's that. And I really liked it. And it smells cool too. I like the way it smells. It smells kind of fruity. I assume that's the kiwi. So there's that. So there's this Urban Decay foundation. I really like it. It has a pump. I'm a little sad because I'm already a third way through it, and I don't want to be because it's more on the expensive side for me. I'm used to just using drugstore foundations because other foundations are more expensive, and this cost me more than I usually spend on a foundation. I definitely have never spent like 80 bucks on a foundation, which this did not cost 80 bucks, but I'm saying like there are much more expensive foundations out there and people consider this to be, you know, cheap, but to me it is not. And so I'm gonna be really sad when it's gone because I don't have the money right now probably for a while to get it again. So there's that. But it felt really lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey. It seems to last all day on me. I felt like it doesn't show texture as much and such. It's not what I'm wearing today. I'm actually wearing a different foundation today, but I have been using it a lot. Last month, almost every time I put makeup on, I had used that foundation. I didn't wear as much makeup during January, so I don't have a lot of makeup to talk about because January, a lot of it I spent sick with the flu, and then I was like borderline pneumonia, and I had to do like a Z-Pack. I don't know if you know what a Z-Pack is, but it's like these really strong antibiotics that like kill you. So yeah, there was that. The other thing was the J-Cat palette that I had gotten, the Hollywood one. The only problem I have with this is opening it. That's the big thing. Actually, that was easier this time. I just have to learn how to open it properly. But as you can see, they're very, very vibrant colors. They were very pigmented. I really liked them. And you could see this one definitely got used here. I really, really liked it. This one too. This blue one here, I used a few times. So still using it, enjoying it. It's a nice palette. Ooh, and now I get, each time I use it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't think I've used this one yet. Or did I? I don't know. This like pumpkin colors now. Maybe I'll use that tomorrow. Anyways, so yeah, I'm still really enjoying this palette. It's fun. I like it. Now here's one. I actually got this in an Ipsy bag like a couple months ago, I think, and I didn't like it the first time I used it, but then last month I was using it quite a bit and ended up liking it more every time I used it. So it is Color City Color Cosmetics Shimmer Shadow in the color It's a Girl. I think I've said before that I'm not crazy about the name of it, but look, isn't it so pretty? And once it's on my lid, it's fantastic. I don't think it doesn't really swatch well, but once it's like on the lid, it's really nice. And I liked it. I liked the color. Just liked it a lot. So there's that. This is my new thing, saying there's that. I don't know where that came from, but it's my new like thing that I say. Been using this Ciate Wonderland mascara. I've been liking it, and so it has been the favorite that I've been using the past few weeks. I'm still unsure of it though. It's like, it's been my favorite, but I don't know. I think it's because it's my favorite of January, but it's not my favorite of all time. I think that's why I'm like, but of January, yes, it is my favorite. Of the mascaras that I have to work with right now, that is my favorite. It is a nice mascara. It's just not as nice as the Urban Decay one, the Urban Decay Perversion one that I was using, which I really was in love with, but had to get rid of, and I can't repurchase it right now. So this is like my backup right now, and it is really nice. Like, all my mascaras are samples because I keep getting samples of mascara in different like boxes and stuff. So that's what I've been using, is been samples. Okay, so that's everything I think that I have to say about makeup. I know that's odd, but it's true. This is not makeup, but this is a body spray from the Zany Laney, and it is Sherbet Lemon, which is, the scent is lemon cake and fruity cereal. It smells a lot like Fruit Loops. You might not find that all that exciting, but I love it. And also it makes me feel uplifted. So sometimes I've sprayed it on just to make me feel less depressed. Yeah, because the smell just makes me feel good. I mean, it's like nostalgic with the fruity cereal smell, and I like lemon, and lemon is a smell that is uplifting. So it feels good to me to put it on. I really love it. It's so good. Okay, other things. Well, you know, there's this thing. This I got at Aldi's. You put in the microwave for like a minute, and then you put it on like wherever you need it to be. For me, it's been my wrist and hands. So it's been kind of like a lifesaver with the way the cold weather is really making my arthritis hurt, and having the warmth on it really helps a lot. It really makes it feel like better. I mean, does it fix it? No, but it makes it feel better, and the warmth of it just makes me feel good. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that, and like I said, I got it at Aldi's. If you're looking for one of these, that's where I got it at. The other thing, like I said, I had the flu. NyQuil, man. NyQuil Severe in berry flavor. My friend actually bought this for me because I was running out of the generic NyQuil I had. She bought this for me. There is a difference, in my opinion. Like, generic's good, but this stuff was like really good, and you know, I felt better. And does it knock me out? I don't know. I had the flu. I was like just wanting to sleep all the time anyways. Plus I was doing the whole Z-Pack thing. Like, I was dying, and this helped. This helped me through it. So thank you, Vicks. Thank you. So, and some people like swear by elderberry syrup. That would have been great, I guess, if I had some. I've used it before and it's been okay. I personally like NyQuil better, maybe because it does give me more rest, and elderberry syrup doesn't give me rest. I I don't know. I just find that this worked better. I also was suggested pineapple juice, and I ate like a whole can of pineapple and drank the juice, and I didn't see any difference in the amount that I was coughing, so sorry, that didn't do anything for me either. Sometimes I think some remedies are in people's heads. We read all these things and we think like, oh, this works. But then again, maybe for some people it just really works, and for others it doesn't. I mean, we're all different when it comes to medications too. Some medications work and some medications don't. And I'm not saying that herbal stuff doesn't work, because there are herbal supplements I've taken for things that have worked for me. Just not as many as everybody else, it seems. Like, a lot of herbal stuff that's been suggested to me has not worked for me. But there are some things that have worked, and I appreciate them. So, anyways, back on to the next thing. So that's pretty much, I think, all like physical things that I have to show. Next, I'm just going to mention like TV shows. I used to do TV shows and movies when talking about my favorites, and I stopped doing it, and I realized that recently. I was like, I need to go back to doing that. So TV shows during January, that one was Marvel's Runaways, that was on Hulu. I guess it was an exclusive on Hulu, so you had to have Hulu to see it. So if you don't have Hulu, you can't see it. The season's already over, but you can still watch it on Hulu, I believe. And it was really good. Like, even though it seems like it would be just for teens, although a lot of teen drama stuff I enjoy. I don't know what that says about me, but I do enjoy like a lot of teen drama stuff. I don't think it's that much different than any other drama you watch, except that it's teenagers instead. Although there were plenty of adults in the Runaways too. All their parents were doing stuff too. It's really good. It's basically a bunch of kids that find out that their parents are not very good people, or at least they're involved in very bad things, and that some of them have some things that like are, I don't know if you'd say superpowers. Like, the parents, some all have like certain things that they're good at, and the kids, some of them end up with those abilities, and some of them end up with like kind of like superpowers. So, and portray, then, you know, goes on the drama. So, of them finding out about their parents and trying to figure out what to do. So, the next other TV show that I was really into during January was Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is like, I think it's been canceled for a couple years, or it's not canceled. I think it just kind of stopped. Like, I don't think it was like one of those big cancellation things where people like freaked out. I think it was just like, okay, it's time to end this show, because it ended well. It wasn't a situation where I felt like, oh my God, I've been, you know, like, I need to see the next part. Like, it ended in a way that was like, okay, the show ended. I mean, could there have been more? I suppose they could have kept going with it in some manner, but I don't feel like it was cut off. It wasn't cut off, you know. So, and like on a cliffhanger or anything like that. It was, there's a cat out there playing. It was a really good show. And I picked on people that watched the show, because to me, Teen Wolf was like, you know, Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox, and then I think the second movie had Jason Bateman, and it's kind of campy and ridiculous. This show is not ridiculous. There's a lot of drama going on, and, you know, there's the usual teen drama, but there's also the fact that some of them are werewolves, and some of them are this or that. There are no vampires. I don't remember watching any episode with any vampires in it. I binged on it pretty quickly though, and I was sick for part of it, so I can't remember every single thing I saw, but I don't remember there being any vampires. There were like every kind of weird thing you could think of, and some other creatures too, some other like magical things, but it was a really, I thought, well-written show that was enjoyable. Like, if you like shows like Supernatural, you probably will like Teen Wolf. So, because there's some fun stuff in it, but it's also like serious, and they're having to deal with supernatural things and the adventure of it, and you know, all that. So then it seems to be something I'm saying a lot too. So I'm gonna talk about foods I really enjoyed during January. I was sick, so there was a lot of chicken noodle soup going on. I have a really big thing for like Campbell's chicken noodle soup, or certain brands of chicken noodle soup as well. I know that like chicken noodle soup made from scratch is better for you, and I like chicken noodle soup made from scratch, but I also like just regular old Campbell's chicken noodle soup that's just the noodles and the salty broth. And I know it's filled with sodium, I know, but I like it. And then I make it even worse. I put Ritz crackers in it. I crumble Ritz crackers in it, and I throw in a ton of pepper. And this is like a favorite thing for me when I'm sick, or when I'm moody, or just any time. During the winter, I really love to have that for my lunch. It's not a huge amount of calories, except maybe the Ritz crackers actually add the calories to it. On its own though, it's not a huge amount of calories. The pepper really helps like clear out my sinuses, and I like it. I know it's filled with a lot of sodium, but it's something that I enjoy. The other thing is coconut water. When you're sick, I think coconut water is like super hydrating. It's really good for you, and I like to get, like, they have kinds that have juice in them as well. Like you can get coconut water with like different juices in them. I like the coconut water with pineapple in them, probably because I always liked pina coladas. But this is just coconut water with pineapple in it. I'll put pineapple juice in it, and I love it. I'm sorry if I seem a little off. I am still kind of not feeling all that great. Don't have the flu anymore, but my sinuses are still a little, but I'm like that during the winter. Once I get sick with a cold or anything of that sort, my sinuses just I don't have an infection. It isn't that bad, but my sinuses just don't seem to like get better right away, and I can like sometimes not be okay till like spring, which is when everybody's allergies start up. And sometimes my allergies start acting up. But I've noticed that last year I didn't have as many allergy problems. I don't know why. This year it'll probably be terrible, right? Just because I said that. So yeah, those are my favorites. There you go. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me drone on about things. And I know some of you have watched my snaps and such, and know that my boyfriend John has been ill. He had to go to the hospital, and it turned out to be different things than I thought it was when he went. I thought that he was just, you know, had not taken care of himself, and, you know, because I thought he had the flu, and we both thought he had the flu, and he did not have the flu. He was actually sick for other reasons, and one of those reasons is a blood vessel had burst in his like throat, and so they had to do this procedure and do this thing in his esophagus, and now it's like really hard for him to swallow like certain foods. And also it did like a certain amount of like neurological stuff where it's not bad or anything. It's not like, you know, bad. It's just he is lost a lot of his strength, and it's taking time for him to get better. In the meantime, we're a little strapped. So I'm not able to buy like any extra makeup. I still have my subscriptions, although I canceled some, but the cancellations aren't going to go through until next month. So February I still have those subscriptions, so that stuff's still coming in. I don't know if I'll, you know, get them back before next month. Probably not. there's not much that I can like really do about it. I just can't. So there will be no julep next month, and some other things too, like Meowbox is gonna get canceled. So you won't see those things. There'll be a Meowbox this month, but there won't be a Meowbox next month. And it doesn't even add up to much. Honestly, the amount of subscription boxes I get and the cost of them do not add up to much at all. So it's not really even going to be that helpful. But, you know, when one person is ill and unable to work, it really, especially when the other person has health issues too, so can't work as much as they would like, it really just throws everything out of balance. And I'm sure somebody's gonna make some comment like, oh, well, you should go do this, or you should go do that, or tell me I don't work hard enough, or blah, blah, blah. And I really, you can, you know, yeah, you know what you can do, in my opinion. So, because I've done plenty in my life that you don't know about. And you know what? You should never judge another person until you've actually walked in their exact shoes. This doesn't mean that you haven't gone through things too. It's just that you don't know exactly what goes on in a person's life. So anyways, that being said, all of you that do support me and are here for me, I really appreciate you. And I've gotten a lot of new people lately, and I appreciate you guys too. And I hope that you do enjoy watching me and are having a good time so far. And love you all. Bye, kitty cat.